Airport security may be the only bad thing about going on vacation. That's why you need to be prepared.
CBS News travel editor Peter Greenberg is here with 5 things you need to know about airport security that you're saying, Peter, could help us get through the line quickly.
Yes.
Starting with, if you see 2 agents huddled around a monitor, you should think, ruh-roh.
Yeah, exactly. You know, when you get to that security clearing lane and you see 4 or 5 lanes you can pick, don't look for the longest line or the shortest line. That doesn't matter. Even if it's the longest line, if there's only 1 agent looking at that security screen monitor, pick that line. Because if there are 2 guys or 2 agents looking at that monitor, that means they're training one of those guys, yes. And every single bag will be stopped. Even if it's a short line, don't go there.
That actually happened to me, yeah. And then they give very detailed explanation about what the person should do, and I'm sitting there going, it's okay, let me go.
And what I can never understand is why do they choose to train these agents at 8 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the afternoon? Not a good idea.
And carrying the liquids through security.
Yes, well, we know the 3-1-1 rule, about 3 ounces or less in 1 bag, but here's the problem. A lot of foreign countries don't go by 3 ounces, they go by 100 milliliters, which is actually 3.4 ounces. So if you get a TSA-approved bottle overseas, it may not be approved here if you have an overzealous TSA agent. And be very careful when you buy things at the store that say TSA approved, because a lot of them are actually 4 ounces. They're not approved.
When you're going through line, Charlie, do you look for the longest or the shortest? I always look for the shortest. I don't look to see how many agents are on a monitor.
I do exactly as you do.
You do?
And I'll see you 5 hours later then, because the point is...
No, I actually have a system. Go ahead.
Okay, good.
Go ahead.
So that's what you got to do. Make sure that you buy the right bottle, and make sure that you also look for the shortest line with with not the 2 guys. The 2 guys are going to kill you.
What about pre-screening?
It's a great idea and concept. It's in 19 airports in the United States. I actually qualify for it, but I didn't know that I qualified for it until I applied for it. You apply for it, you go online, you fill out a questionnaire. You don't know that you qualify for it until you actually get to the airport and they give you your boarding pass. And you don't even know that until the TSA guy looks at it. It's got a little barcode. That's the good news. Now here comes the fine print. You're still subject to secondary or random screening. So the good news is, in theory, you don't have to take your coat off, you don't have to take your laptop out, you don't have to take your shoes off. The bad news is, I've taken 5 of these flights where I've been pre-screened. 3 of them I've been taken out for random screening, so it's the same exact thing.
And random really does mean random, even though you've been pre-screened. That's the thing you think.
I suppose it does, but 3 out of 5 doesn't sound like random to me.
Okay, this is my system. Age matters when going through security. So my own little world, according to Gail, Charlie, since you follow me, if I see an older person...
In some things.
Fair point.
Okay.
If I see an older person or a person with kids and baby strollers, I'm thinking, I don't want to get behind that group.
Well, actually, the rules have changed.
Yeah,
now.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, okay.
Well, wait, the rules have changed. If you're a kid under 12 or you're over the age of 75, meaning you were born after today in before today in 1937, you don't have to take your jacket off or remove your sweater.
Say that again.
Or, if you were born before 1937 or you're under the age of 12, you no longer have to take your outer garments off, you no longer have to take your shoes off, and it's a much better deal. Now, the thing that, of course, raises that question is there a unilateral application of security out there? So if you're a 76-year-old terrorist, you're in.
You're in
trouble. I mean, either way.
And if something goes missing when you go through security, your option is?
Well, remember, I've always said this for years, there are 2 kinds of airline bags, carry-on and lost. So if you're going to check a bag and you get to your airport of destination, what's the first thing you do? You grab it off the conveyor belt and run.
Yes.
No, open it up right then and there and see if everything is still in there. Because once you get home, it's your word against the airlines, and it's also your word against the TSA. Don't just file a claim with the airline, also file it with the TSA. And they will write you a check as well.
But then you're that guy holding up the line, and nobody likes him. But thank you, Peter. Good advice.
You got it.
Good advice.